it. Have you ever felt like life has dealt you an impossible hand? Like the challenges you face are just too big to overcome? I want to tell you a story that will completely change how you see your own limitations. This is the story of a man who was born with no arms and no legs, but somehow found a way to live a life with absolutely no limits. His name is Nick Vujicic. Imagine being born into a world where you can't reach out to hold your mother's hand, can't kick a ball with your father, can't even stand up on your own. This was Nick's reality from the moment he took his first breath. Doctors were baffled. His parents were heartbroken. How could their son possibly have a normal life? For most, this would be a story of tragedy. But for Nick, this was the beginning of an extraordinary journey. Growing up was tough, to say the least. As a child, Nick was acutely aware of his differences. He couldn't play tag with the other kids on the playground. He couldn't build sandcastles at the beach. He couldn't even give someone a simple hug. He faced relentless staring, cruel whispers, and the kind of loneliness that sinks deep into your bones. He would look in the mirror and ask the question we've all asked at some point: why me? Why is life so unfair? The weight of depression was heavy, and there were dark moments when he felt like giving up completely. But even in the deepest darkness, a tiny spark of hope refused to go out. This spark was nurtured by the unwavering love of his family. It grew brighter with every small act of encouragement from a kind soul. It flickered stronger every single time he tried something new and refused to accept defeat. Instead of focusing on what he couldn't do, Nick and his family started exploring what he could do. This is where the magic begins. Nick discovered he had 2 toes on his small, foot-like limb, which he affectionately calls his chicken drumstick. With incredible determination, he learned to write with those 2 toes. He learned to type on a computer, answering emails and connecting with the world. He learned to throw a tennis ball, to answer the phone, and even to brush his own teeth. Each new skill wasn't just a practical achievement. It was a victory against despair. Every small win built his confidence, brick by brick. He didn't stop there. He learned to swim, floating effortlessly on his back. He learned to fish. He even learned a special technique to get back up when he falls over, a powerful metaphor for his entire life. He was proving to himself and to the world that his physical body didn't define his potential. The more he accomplished, the more he realized that the real limitations weren't on his body, but in his mind. A major turning point came when he was a teenager. The school janitor saw him struggling and told him, "You should be a speaker. You should share your story." Nick was hesitant. Who would want to listen to him? But he gave it a try. He stood before a small group of students and began to speak. He spoke from the heart, sharing his pain, his frustrations, and his small victories. And something incredible happened. The room went silent. The students weren't just listening, they were captivated. They saw past his physical form and saw a spirit of pure, unbreakable courage. He saw tears in their eyes, not of pity, but of inspiration. In that moment, Nick realized his purpose. His story wasn't a burden, it was a gift. His struggles could give others strength. His voice had the power to change lives. That small school talk was just the beginning. Nick started speaking at more schools, then at youth events, then at massive conferences in stadiums filled with tens of thousands of people. He founded a non-profit organization, Life Without Limbs, dedicated to sharing a message of hope and faith across the globe. His talks are filled with humor, honesty, and an infectious joy for life. He jokes about being a human paperweight or needing a boost to see over a counter. His smile can light up the darkest room. He shows people that it's possible to find joy even in the midst of immense challenges. His life became undeniable proof that the power of the human spirit can soar far beyond any physical boundary. And what about his personal life? Did he ever find love? Did he ever have a family? Against all odds, he did. Nick Vujicic is now a husband and a father to 4 beautiful children. He has written best-selling books that have been translated into dozens of languages. He has traveled to over 60 countries, addressing governments, business leaders, and school children. And just to prove that nothing is impossible, he even learned how to surf, balancing on a custom board and riding the waves. The lesson from Nick's life is profound. He didn't get a miracle that grew him arms and legs. The miracle was what he chose to do with the life he was given. He couldn't control his circumstances, but he had complete control over his attitude. He chose gratitude over bitterness. He chose courage over fear. He chose hope over despair. His message is captured in his famous motto, "No arms, no legs, no worries." It's a reminder to all of us. We all face challenges. Maybe they're not as visible as Nick's, but they are real. We have fears, insecurities, and moments of doubt. We all have things we wish we could change about ourselves or our lives. Nick's story asks us a powerful question. What are you going to do about it? Are you going to focus on what you're missing, or are you going to make the most of what you have? True strength isn't about physical muscle or a perfect body. True strength is found in the heart. It's the resilience to get up after you fall, the courage to face your fears, and the faith to believe in a future you can't yet see. Nick Vujicic, the man born without limbs, teaches us that the only real disability in life is a bad attitude. So, the next time you feel like giving up, remember Nick, remember his smile, his courage, and his incredible journey. If a man with no arms and no legs can learn to surf, what amazing things are you capable of? Thank you so much for watching. If this story inspired you, please hit that like button and subscribe for more content that empowers and uplifts. And share this video with someone who might need to hear this message today. We'll see you in the next one.